Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel.
That's right, folks. Welcome back to the Wasteland, y'all. Greg the Ghoul here with Harris and Sarah, my human companions. We are back in the Wasteland today. Oh, Harris, I was so sad on Tuesday when we didn't have a new episode of anything dropping and we didn't get to stream anything live. I didn't know what to do with myself. I just kind of like stared at the TV blankly for an hour and listened to gunslinger ballads on repeat, just with a tear coming out my eye. It was rough, you know. It was rough.
There's been this one YouTube video I found. It's an hour and a half, maybe like an hour 35.
Yeah.
And it's just, a little kind of Oregon Trail kind of wagon sitting there and four kind of cowboys just sitting around a campfire. And there's Pepe the Frog. And, they put a couple memes over all the faces and stuff. So that's kind of funny itself. But it's an hour and a half of just beautiful, wonderful gunfighter ballads. And I feel like me and Marty Robbins are just going through the West every day when I play it because it's on my TV every single day throughout the house. It's just
nice.
It has to be.
Yeah, nice. Sarah, how about you? You feel that empty hole in your chest now that we're not getting new Fallout this week?
It was kind of a bummer because it was like, oh, we're not doing anything like all week. Like, what's going on? I just felt like I needed to be somewhere, should be doing something, and it wasn't happening. So,
I did have like a mini panic attack going like, wait, I should be watching. No, it's on hiatus now. Damn it. Yeah. I got so into it. I enjoyed it so much.
There's a hole that only a glowing rock can fill right now.
Absolutely. Only a ghoul-shaped radioactive fist rock. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Littlefinger? Good to see you.
Yep, hello.
Yeah, man. Like I've kind of sat on this last season for a minute and thought about it and thought about where the show's going to go. First off, they have confirmed that season 3 is going to start shooting in May, and that apparently it's going to drop beginning of 27. So that's already like out the gate. Like they're not wasting any time this time. Amazon knows that they've got, they're still happy with the numbers. They know they got a certified head on their hands still. They're prioritizing this. So great. Rumor is that they're also shooting in LA. Great. I know that I'm calling my reps tomorrow and being like, hey, didn't get that play in New York. Let's talk about like what I got to do to get this to happen. So I had an audition for something off Broadway the other day and already found out I didn't get it. But, I was at least just happy to be considered. It's always nice. Yeah,
yep. That's true.
So,
well, people always say, call your senators for this, call your senators for that. Do that. That's important. But also, call Greg's reps and treat them like senators and say, hello, Mr., Mrs., everybody, fancy somebody. Please do us a favor and get Greg, not just an audition, put that man in the show.
Oh, yeah, we got to call the producers for that. Don't call the producers and drop my name. Please don't. That would be bad. But it would be amazing. I will be, we'll have to rename me Greg the Super Mutant or whatever if they cast me in something. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
They need an actual somebody to come voice Marcus. Could come be Marcus.
Oh boy. Ooh, some big shoes to fill. I mean, that's Michael Dorn right there. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, if anybody were to fill those shoes, I think our 6'4" actual super mutant of a man should do so.
Yeah. What was with that friggin' AI graphic that wound up in the group that made me look like George Costanza? Yeah.
I knew I laughed so hard when I went back a day or two later, and it was David's post as well. It cracked me up. I knew you were going to say something about being the shorter one in there. I was like, wait a second, because that's the first thing I noticed too. I was like, huh? But
it's not that it made me look like George. It's the fact that it made me short. I was like, no.
I was like, today's my day. I love it. Oh, God. Oh, it cracked me up.
Yep. And there was no coffee in the picture either, so I'm greatly offended. So, yeah. Oh, wait.
Microwavable coffee only.
That's right. Got to rep the Vault Tech mug. My friends know me. Christmas time, it was lovely. Oh, I probably could get that. Or, now that the Muppets show is possibly coming back, put me into Sweetums. The
Muppet show. It is? That would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
I watched it as a kid.
Did really well.
The Sabrina Carpenter episode apparently did gangbuster numbers, so I think they're seriously looking about it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, don't. Oh God. Don't put my face in AI slop, please. Yeah.
I've got to go through and catch up
my
on
likeness is
all
already
the
getting
stuff he's
abused enough
posted.
as it is. What was that, Sarah?
I got to catch up on it. He's posted a bunch of stuff. I got to catch up. I got to go back through and catch up on it. But
Oh, good times.
I don't want to do that while I'm on.
My friends don't. My friends. I don't talk about doing this podcast much because I like keeping it separate from, all the other stuff that I do. I mean, but when I mention that I'm the subject of memes and that I get memed for being a host on this show, they're like, "What?" So yeah. then I bust it out and I'm like, "Yeah, there's this guy. He's just kind of obsessed with like memeing the hell out of all of us, and we kind of love it most of the time." So yeah. Got it. I your work gets respect there, Dave.
I'm gonna steal some of it.
Yeah.
For how much time and effort he puts into it, I swear,
Absolutely.
if David were to actually sit down and like be an editor, the man could be winning Oscars in a few years just with the amount of time and effort he spends with it, because it's awesome. I love it, every single minute of it. It's fun.
Yep.
Yeah. Who knows what we get turned into per week?
Oh my God, absolutely. All right, well, let's kind of do this as a bit of a season retrospective.
Yeah.
Let's talk where everybody wound up and where we want to see it go. And I think we could just probably break it down character by character, plot line by plot line here. Obviously, let's start with Lucy.
I was going to say Lucy or Coop.
I was just thinking about Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy, man. I think that her arc was the most the most obvious and the biggest, and just it felt like it was season 1 arc but bigger, and it's just like how season 1 she gets a taste for what the Wasteland is, and recognizes, I think there's recognition of the fact that this is a world and a place that changes you, and then season 2 is where it really kicks into high gear, and suddenly she's like going from shooting people in the ass to avoid killing them when they're actively hanging her companion, to smashing a head with a severed head with a friggin' crowbar in a mercy kill. Like, our girl here has to going into a shop in disguise, robbing the shop, and then killing the shop owner. I mean, like, that's pure Chaos Goblin energy right there. I don't care if the shop owner happened to be an imposter. An
imposter? Yeah. That was our courier. I still love the little theory that was the courier.
My God. Everybody is the fucking courier, according to the internet. Like, holy shit. I don't buy this name.
If anybody were to be, that guy makes the most sense, because there aren't a whole bunch of like big people in the Wasteland. The courier gets a lot of food, more so than most people. He also steals things and takes their outfits pretty quickly. He does that.
That actually fits. So yes, it's now canon that Lucy killed Courier 6, and we could put this fucking debate to bed. Great.
And the NCR Ranger's just a cool NCR Ranger. It doesn't have to be Courier 6 all the time.
No, it does not have to be Courier 6. There are more than there. They had Ranger armor as standard issue for Rangers for a reason. It's because that means there's more than one of them, and they're not a courier, guys.
And the guy on the front cover of the New Vegas actual video game is just a sniper. He's just a Ranger.
Just an NCR sniper, guys. He's anyway, but this is not. Don't Star Wars or Fallout, So
please. We're getting there a little bit.
Who's the courier again? You told me before.
The courier is the player character in Fallout New Vegas.
Okay.
So every main character in the Fallout series has its sobriquet, and it's you have the lone wanderer, you have the soul survivor, you have the vault dweller, you have Courier 6. So they're that's they don't have names except for Fallout 4, where you could be either Nate or Nora, one half of a married couple. So
and they got a lot of flack for doing that, because it's a role-playing game that you're supposed to be able to put yourself into, and people were not very happy.
They're all meant to be self-inserts, not not I'm assuming the role of somebody. But in Fallout 4, they broke that tradition a little bit.
So if there were to ever be characters that could be put into the show or anything from a mainline Fallout game, that's kind of
Nora could be, and the way they could do whoever gets and the way that they can handle whoever gets gacked is because whichever one you pick, the other one is spoiler alert for a game that came out in 2014. But whoever you pick, your partner gets killed in the opening cinematic. So if you pick Nora, Nate, they pop open Nate's cryopod and kill him and grab your infant son and vice versa. So,
one cool little thought I've seen, just while we're just talking about that, instead of trying to bring it back somewhere later, while we're here.
While we're here.
You know, a good way they could put Nate in the show?
Make him the guy in the power armor that shot the Canadians in the beginning of Fallout 3.
That's one way, or at least make him somebody that is fighting alongside Coop in Anchorage in Alaska.
That would be interesting. That would be a fun nod. I would accept that because that actually fits in with canon.
That would be perfectly serviceable, if anything.
Yeah, but beyond that, like, don't make it more than a cameo, bro. Like, don't I'm happy with the TV show being its own separate thing. You know, I don't need to be the kid with bashing all my action figures together. You know, and having Cobra Commander fighting He-Man. Like, we're good. You know, we don't need that. Like, let's let the stories be the stories and not be such slaves to involving the PC self-inserts with the main plot line of the TV show. Like, that feels like total Mary Sue bullshit. So
funny and bad thing is Hasbro could totally make that happen though.
Oh, Hasbro totally could. You know, and I was that kid back in the day. You know, I had GoBots versus Transformers and shit. Like that was, but you know, when you're a child, you play with childish things, but as you grow into an adult, you learn to put that stuff
down. Try to find the logic in the story, which thankfully this season, even though it was throwing us for a little bit of a whirl at first, they found the logic.
Yeah,
they showed us.
I am still giddy about how fun this season was, and I dug it. I was along for the ride. I really want to see what the story with Vault 24 was, just randomly. Let me throw that in there. You know, like, why are they building closet communists? That was a fascinating reveal. Like, what's happening there? But yeah, no, getting back to breaking it down character by character, Lucy. Yeah. You know, at the beginning of this season, we were all complaining like, oh my God, she's back to being so innocent and naive. And I feel like that is the, like I mentioned, that was the hard pendulum swing as a reaction from her experiences in the previous season, as being like, I'm going to
holding on to
it. It's holding on, it's clawing onto that innocence, you know?
Right. Yeah. She kind of swung. And then they kind of found that like middle.
Yeah, and and then she had that hard swing to the other side when she was all drugged out and strung out and just gunning down the kings and like all this other stuff that and hit her low with the shopkeep and stealing the drugs and killing the fucking guy who turned out to be a killer. But in that situation, it's like. You rob a guy that turns out to be, like a friggin' serial killer. You rob and shoot a guy that happens to be a serial killer.
I'm glad we're talking about that
didn't know at the time necessarily that he was a bad guy. He just turned out to be a bad guy, So
well, she turned around and saw the other body parts of the guy that was totally.
She put two and two together real quick, but it was,
that
in her mind, there was still doubt. Yeah,
where she was questioning him, like.
Yeah, it's so important just because, like, if we're going alongside her plot arc for this season, that moment is the moment where she can justify anything and everything.
Yes.
Where, hey, this person seems like they're a good person. They're being friendly towards me. Hey, how are you? Why are you in the shop? Oh, wait. Totally something wrong. Special. Totally something up, and not something that I should deal with. This is kind of where she comes to the conclusion, and.
I don't even think it's I should deal with this. It's I'm being confronted with this. I felt like that the situation, as soon as she got caught, the situation escalated very quickly out of her control until she had to assert herself by gacking the guy,
Yeah.
And I guess she doesn't necessarily try to kill him. And
she kind of accidentally.
But you shoot a guy, there's a chance.
Yep.
There's always a chance that, I'm sorry, but if you're going to pop a dude, like, there's a good chance that he might not survive it.
Yeah, so it was that moment that we wouldn't have seen. Obviously, she had to grab the power fist first, but emotionally, I don't think that moment could have not happened and her still punch Coop out of the window.
No,
that moment
absolutely
justified mentally what she's going through and has been going through. And
well, that's the whole thing,
how
is that she kept equating everything with the greater good. And the minute you start doing that, you can justify damn near anything. And
Hey,
her moral relativism, you know, she you know, her descent into moral relativism and how easy it is to use that to justify even the most horrific things. It's like, okay, cool, you're now catching up with the practical application of morals and twisted logic that has enabled all kinds of horrific shit for hundreds of years. You know,
in such a perfectly Fallout way, they parallel it, and you don't necessarily realize. Looking back at it, it's pretty obvious they're paralleling her with Hank and getting her to that decision making by the end of the season.
Yeah.
But while we were in it, you can totally see that it's happening, but you're just having a good time, and it's Fallout. There are all these funny, dark things going on. Well, Lucy's going through these transformative things, but she's on drugs. Oh, she's doing this. There's that little bit of dark humor that's added in there that kind of just lets you forget for a second that she's turning into her dad. Just in a very different way. And by the time they get to the point of her becoming her father's child, essentially, she stands up to him and makes a different decision. And we see what the repercussions of that were.
And this is where we get to nurture versus nature, because the thing is that it ultimately, she goes through similar crucibles in the same reality, or similar realities that her dad deals with, that the ghoul deals with, and that these guys have been irrevocably tainted by their time in the Wasteland. And while she does pick up her battle scars, I mean, Hank is the logical conclusion of moral relativism. The rest of the world sucks. Everything is horrible. Everybody is violent. So naturally, the only way for us to fix this is by me enslaving everybody and imprinting a personality over them that is compliant, nonviolent, and he sees absolutely no problem with him being the only one with any free will, because he's the good one. He is the litmus test, gold standard of good. So therefore, in his mind at least, therefore, everybody else needs to be mind controlled, and he's the only one worthy of holding the button. Right. That's the logical conclusion that Lucy is just like steamrolling towards till the end of the season, until she's faced with that decision and goes the opposite way. So that, considering that she's been through similar bullshit, this is where her irrevocably good nature, her spirit essentially takes over and guides everything in a different direction. Because but she's also smart, and she also sees not just where the ghoul, not just where Hank winds up, but where the ghoul winds up and where everybody else winds up with the decisions that they've made. And she still is determined to be a good person and a moral person and committed to justice at the end of the season. And, it hurts. And in doing so, and the funny thing is that she does all kinds of crazy shit in the name of the greater good. Yeah. And then the one decision that she makes that truly is for like the greater good allows the Legion to come walking into Freeside, which potentially means that she's sitting there confronted with the idea that everybody's about to get slaughtered because of what she did. So
there's the old saying, road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. And we're and so it's kind of fascinating. I mean, that moral relativism, if she'd stayed the course and if she'd done that, would everybody still be alive, or would everybody be confronted with this issue with the Legion? Would they be prepared to fight? Whatever, who knows? But right now it looks like she's believing that she's doomed everybody to a horrible fate at the hands of Chazz and company, the new Chazz, as he goes to reclaim his palace. Which I also saw a report this morning that apparently Macaulay Culkin's getting bumped up to main cast for next season because he's going to be one of the big villains. So
because they made him look like main cast, just the way they put him in all the promotional material. But I understand why you put.
I mean, it's the same thing they did with Kumail. It's stunt casting and trying to bank on the names to get eyes on the product. But now he's in a position to be like the bad guy of, or like one of the main bad guys of season 3. And I think they're going to give it that proper it seems like this is going to be an ongoing conflict, which great. Let's see him rise into the role. Let's see what he does with it, and hopefully gives us something a little bit, I agree with you about I wanted to see something more inspiring as he's rallying everybody. Like, I get that. I tried to justify it at the time, but it's like, no, let's see you let's see you grab these reins firmly by the hand here and go, Yeah.
Well, Caesar was just such a charismatic guy that, hey, it dies with me, is what he says.
Yeah.
We need that level of charisma to come fight for this. Again, we need not necessarily, but there, in a similar way, and very different, of course. Caesar, or Kaiser, the original one from the game at least, is not dissimilar to Hank in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Is not dissimilar to Coop in a lot of ways. But like you said, he is kind of similarly to Hank, is finding a means to his end and a reason to justify why he's doing this and why he's doing that.
Right.
Hey, there's only going to be strength throughout the wasteland. Only the strongest can survive. We're culling off. So these people like the Institute, the Enclave, Vault-Tec, all the different people that are out to get the surface dwellers. I mean, as the closest thing I can think of to just comparison-wise would be almost Emperor Palpatine for that, where, hey, there's bigger external threats that we need to fight against. So we're creating it might not be the nicest force in the world, but we're creating a really big bad force to fight against some stuff.
Yeah.
That's essentially what Caesar's doing. And we need that level of charisma to care about the Legion.
Well, it's a cult.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was just thinking that it's a cult. You need like a charismatic cult leader
and
kind of thing.
Most cults do fall apart the minute their leader dies. I mean, there's one or two of them that have actually managed to withstand the passing of the leader, but that's because they basically deified them, and it's like they've managed to convince the followers that the leader is still watching from the afterlife. But the Legion is a cult, and it
definitely,
and that's it'll be interesting to see if the new legate here, new Caesar. I can't remember what his character's name is. It's not Lanius, because I keep wanting to say that. That was Fallout. I mean, that was from the game. That was
I'm gonna Google real fast.
Yeah.
Lacerate Legate.
Lacerate. Yeah, that's right. That's who it is.
Which, how different is that from the original thoughts of, Macaulay Culkin was probably going to play Arcade Gannon or something? Like,
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. So why am I laughing?
Arcade Gannon
he's your happy-go-lucky doctor in the apocalypse.
Okay.
Yeah. Or I also think he might have been who's the guy who's sitting at Helios 1 that acts like
the scientist that's supposed to know a bunch down there.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's saying off the top of my head.
Yeah. Like, it just, the coffee is not kicking in yet. I'm trying to remember.
There's too many Fallout names. I would know it if someone said it and be like, but it would take somebody saying.
Come on, chat.
Do you know? I was thinking when we were talking about Lucy.
Sleepy too.
Yeah.
Are we?
All right, hold on. It's making me log back in. I got logged out of everything somehow. It's making me log back into my IMDb Pro.
Don't look at his password. You're all it doesn't have it on the screen.
You can't see.
Just what we were talking about Lucy, though.
I have 2FA on everything anyway, so
Hey-o.
That's a pain. Especially when it's in your husband's name, and then you have to ask. Anyway, you guys wouldn't know.
Hey,
Harris wouldn't know. But.
Well, every time we have anything for SciTrek at all, I'm just like, who? Oh, Seattle. Oh, UK. Oh, LA. Oh, wherever we are,
Yeah.
Lucy, though, just while we're talking about her, kind of the parallels we've seen with her, the parallel I think that we're gonna see with her going forward is, I think more so instead of following kind of Hank's arc or mimicking and kind of going her own way, kind of a Maximus arc. I almost feel like this is the time for Lucy to go good, if anything. And maybe Maximus takes more of the logic role after he's had what's happened to him happen.
Which is really funny because he's established as a low-end, high luck, high charisma build, you know?
Mhm.
So that'll be funny to see him try to be like the problem solver logic guy. But, you know, yeah, Mr. Fantastic, that's who it was. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I was like from Fantastic Four. No, the guy down the base.
Yeah. Helio's one dude, yeah.
He's somebody that said he was a scientist because everybody was asking in the NCR, well, we need a scientist. Who's a scientist? He's like, well, I am. He was not a scientist.
He was not a scientist, but they were giving him whatever he wanted to fix Helios 1, and he just kept making up bullshit and mooching off the resources.
Oh, really? Well, that's a shame. Shoot. Yeah. Well, welcome to everybody. Howdy. We've been talking about Lucy and everybody. Surprise, surprise. Mm-hmm. But yeah, do y'all see them almost? I feel like Lucy has found her character. Where that develops is based upon what happens. But I think she's kind of settled into the human that she will find herself being and becoming more of. Mm-hmm. Where Maximus still has room to grow. And if anything, I'm trying to figure out how to equate it. Because I think House is almost going to take the role of Hank. Where Hank has been that cold, calculating, weird, overarching kind of what's going on here? I think House might end up taking that role. Because we don't know. He's obviously not a fan of the Enclave and wants to take out the Enclave. So he is kind of enemy of my enemies, my friend. Coop does not trust him as far as you can throw him, and he's a computer right now on a Pip-Boy, and he can throw a Pip-Boy pretty far. So
or is he still on the Pip-Boy? They had that flash at the end.
Oh well, he's in both. He's
now on the network. He's he's now he has achieved the singularity. You know, that is good for him.
Me too.
He's now functionally immortal. He is
Skynet, actually.
That fits total. And I think House being, first off, more Justin Thoreau, please, because
always
loved it.
Yep.
I think and I want to see what happened to Bobby Apartment. I have a feeling that Bobby Apartment is the body that got shot, stabbed, poisoned, etc. Like that's the bummer. Yeah,
I'm not necessarily convinced in that aspect. I still think he probably just uploaded his consciousness to a computer. But after seeing the amount of heads we've seen floating around, I wouldn't be surprised if Bobby Apartment was the full body, and then we still have Justin Thoreau's head sitting somewhere.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think you cast Justin Thoreau just to keep him on a computer for the rest of the time either. There will be pre-war stuff, but
war stuff that they're gonna need Justin Thoreau to be that for. But I think he's gonna be a talk in the Wasteland, because you're not gonna have dragging out a decrepit corpse. So
and I'm glad Bobby Apartment lives with him into the post-apocalypse, fingers crossed at least, because I want to keep seeing Rafi Silva in the pre-war stuff too. He's not just as good as Justin Thoreau, because Justin Thoreau is just phenomenal, and Rafi Silva even's been like, I've learned so much just working alongside him. But he was still is a phenomenal actor. I'd love to see him.
Yeah. Well, and what I also liked about Rafi Silva was, like, he was the guy who got on in all the interviews and was shouting out all the streamers and all the, shouting out all the research that he did, and the community with Oxhorn and everybody else, and talking about everything.
TKS Mantis a little bit. Everybody.
Yeah. Oh, and what's up with the Twitter beef?
Do we want to go into that at all?
Well, let's dive in real quick. Right. Girls both pretty. Yeah.
Because it was fairly entertaining reading it this morning, but also it was good. One thing that we've all talked about, especially with Stargate and us being one of the bigger Stargate channels and stuff like that, is just.
Wait, this is a Stargate channel?
What?
Oh, and what the fuck, guys? False advertising.
We might focus a little bit on that.
Worst show ever.
Sometimes.
So.
There just tends to be, especially with Star Trek and Star Wars and all these different Babylon 5, it feels like, Doctor Who, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, throw spaghetti at the wall kind of deal. Fan bases kind of are a little vitriolous to each other and a little angry at each other every now and then. Stargate has the chance to not be that. You know, it definitely could be very. It's even more fun because it's Stargate, but very gate. I don't know the proper grammar for that one. Gate kept. There we go. That's what I was looking for. But it doesn't have to be, and I think it's a really good franchise poised to kind of take some of the social media world by storm in a year or 2 or 3 years, whatever it may be, and still actually be a voice of positivity at the same time, while still, living with the stuff we got to live with, but still remaining positive. That being said, even when Fallout did get a little dicey, the fan base got a little dicey over this season, especially in the middle and early parts. We were like, what's going on here? Hey, and we got the good stuff, and it seems like everybody's kind of leveled out for the most part, but there is a little divisiveness and some diciness. That being said, even through the diciness, it's nice to see some folks get back on track after an argument or two, and really ultimately try to, because the way this conversation ends, we got to log in to do all this? Of course we do. Let's see how far it lets us go back. Will let me click? Okay, it's letting me click. So, Fallout Hub, a pretty popular Fallout guy. Let's see. Can we click how many? He's got 15,500 people on Twitter. I think he's got more elsewhere, so on and so forth. I'm not really sure if this is a good thing. Personally, I lose focus by the 4th season of any series. It always feels like beating a dead horse, is what he says about Amazon planning out 6 seasons of Fallout.
Well, he's wrong, but okay, yeah.
There's a lot there.
First said, what the hell, dude? Like, come on. That's stupid. Somebody points out in the comments, if I remember.
Somebody wants engagement rage bait. That's what that is.
Yeah, but no, he's not been happy with the final few episodes of the season, all this different stuff. And that is odd in and of itself. I don't know what exactly.
I think a lot of people realize that hating shit makes money because it generates controversy. But what they also don't realize is that that's part of what is toxic and poisons the fandom. So it's you're poisoning the well that you're drinking from. And
it's interesting that he approaches things like that and then ends up saying what he says in a few minutes.
Okay.
Because it's a bit of a double back. And I'm with you. Hey, no matter what, at the end of the day, though, even if hate sells more, milk attracts more, or honey attracts more than poison does any day. And okay, so he says this. We go here. TKS Mantis, who we're all familiar with for YouTube videos, of course, on Fallout, kind of starts calling him out. Sells AI bootleg clothing. Like, look. Come on. That should be licensed. It is not licensed.
I mean, I think it's close enough that it falls under parody. They're not using. I mean, like every YouTube channel has merch. By the way, we should do merch, but that's a whole other thing. I have Screen Crush merch that looks like it should be licensed. I have a friggin' Loki variant hoodie that was my go-to hoodie for like a year and a half. That is definitely not licensed by Marvel, but you can use the word variant in a particular color on the back of a shirt, and it doesn't have to be licensed by Marvel. Marvel doesn't own that IP. So
agreed. And there's a lot of room for that.
Yeah.
But when I'll go ahead and read this. Okay. This is the last bit I'm going to say about this. TKS Mantis says, as it's a nothing burger overall, but it got under my skin. Fallout Hub hit my DMs and tried to challenge the AI allegations. He asked me to find the AI on his profile. His links promote AI tools. He posts AI-generated music as his own, and his shirts are made on Canva using AI generation. That's the part that is, I think, the most frustrating. After a brief DM exchange, he admitted to me that he has no talent and wants to create, his words, not mine. It's 2026 and people are going to use AI. I've used it myself. I've used AI to help with basic editing, subtitles for short videos, used AI-generated music for videos and streams, and used AI for media creation. AI is here. I get it. And while there are a ton of problems with it out there, I don't think you're such an evil person if you use it. However, if you're going to produce bootleg merch with AI and charge real money for it, If you're going to preach to me about how it's not AI until you finally admit it, it rubs me the wrong way.
Mhm.
Yeah, not everyone's creative. That's the point. That's what makes content creation hard. Not everyone can make videos, draw, or play an instrument. That used to be the gate and what made people in those fields special. If you don't have a problem with it, fine. I'm not here to convince you. The response from Fallout Hub is what really stuck in my skin. If you're going to produce slop, at least own it. Oh, Lordy, that's going to be a whole different thing to zoom in and out of here.
Mhm.
But we can scroll through here as need be. Simply put, your shirts, bro, LOL. I think you're great, but have some things about me wrong. The ones you want, like $20, 20 real dollars for you don't own the IP and you're making a slop out of it to show to people. It's wild behavior, and I will absolutely call attention to it. My shirts are like 90% on Canva. Those Fallout theme ones are like 50-50. Canva has heavily integrated AI across its platform, transforming it into an AI-powered design tool with features like Magic Media, Magic Design, various AI photo editors. The music is AI too, bro. You're wild. Haha, this is funny to me. Jesus Christ. Music is AI. Why pretend to be a creative? See? He's honest. LOL, bro. There's a wild. Okay, I get it. You have a problem with AI. So check this out. I actually make music that isn't AI that you can listen to. I also have real shirt designs that don't infringe on Fallout IP that real artists work on, and I showcase their work. Do you see why I might have a problem? That's awesome, and I wish I could do that as well.
Well, why not?
That's the thing. Internet drama is tedious. That it is.
It is. It is. And the other thing is, like, look, guys, I produce theater, but I can't produce theater at a volume that allows me to. I can't produce theater myself at a volume that allows me to pay the rent on my space by myself. No man is an island. I cut deals with. I have rental contracts, and people come to me and they rent my space and they put stuff up in it. And I also cut deals with people that I invite to come and perform on my stage. And that's the kind of partnerships that, you can forge when you have a resource, when you have a platform like Fallout Hub, when you have like followers and you have a website that generates views and everything else. You can cut deals with artists to be like, hey, I'll go in 60-40 or 50-50 or 70-30, whatever on shirts. It's like, you give me the design.
Totally does that with their platform. It's
like, it's not at that point. You know how much talent is required for me to cut a deal like that? Zero. I just have to have a standard contract. That's it. So, and I mean, and I have contracts for all the deals that I have, even when I'm just doing door splits with people, yeah. Like, and I will cut door splits I will do invitations and cut door splits with people just to fill my calendar if it's light, but nowadays I'm starting to get more like, hey, I want your theater for a month or 6 weeks again. Thank God, it's starting to happen. But but you could do that. You do those deals with shirts. You do those deals with other merch. It's like, I have the platform, you have the talent. Let's put 2 and 2 together. Some people need to build the platform so that the people and I'm saying this as an actor, it's tough because, man, I want to be like, it broke my heart to not get this off Broadway thing, because it was like somebody called me up and they're like, you're a good actor. I want you to come in and read for this role. And I was like, oh my God, somebody remembers I'm actually a fucking actor and not just the guy that knows how to run lights and and to not get it was really kind of shattering, because I immediately had to go and work on producing a show and then go back into my cave up in the booth and push buttons like a trained monkey to run for something else, run a show for somebody else. But that's the I built the platform, and now I'm privileged to be able to share that with people. So Fallout Hub just needs to instead of like trying to do everything themselves, needs to cut some deals and bring some people in. And then you can have stuff that's legitimately made. I mean, I've used generative AI for stuff. I try to avoid it for graphics. I don't use it for video. But I have definitely used it to help with blog posts. I have it check my, when I'm having a particularly sticky time with writing a paragraph and getting it to flow, I'll plug it in and be like, hey, take a pass at this. And then I'll go back and edit whatever it gave me, like, these are tools that are meant to enhance and improve people, not replace people,
Right.
Very much so.
But we'll
they
see.
do kind of finish up on that. The last post there is this the last bit I'm going to say about this, as it's a nothing burger overall, but it got under my skin. Oh wait, sorry, that's that one. That's the main one. My bad. The response from Fallout Hub was, at least post all of it. I'm not a drama person. Half of what you just wrote isn't like that, but whatever. I'm not going to argue. If it makes you feel good about it, post drama. Have a great weekend, Valties. Which is not a bad approach. Hey, let's relax a little bit and just he says, why do you think you can tell me, or this is TKS Mantis, why do you think you can tell me what is good for the community I have been in for over a decade? I honestly want to know where you think you get the right to tell me what's good for the Fallout community. I think people would like to know that one of the accounts they follow posts blatant AI and then acts like it isn't until you back them into a corner. I think people would like to know that if you want one of your $20 shirts, that they are buying an AI-generated piece of work. I think people in the community would benefit from knowing that you shill AI on your links and make AI music to pretend you are a creative. Why do you think they wouldn't want to know these things? Fallout Hub replies.
It's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, it's a legitimate question. He's, he's a little frustrated in here, and you can kind of tell. And also, this is totally, I've been here for a long time at the same time. And
this is a little inside baseball, though, for like people that aren't creatives, really, that are just consuming the content.
Yeah. To the consumer, it doesn't make a difference. Not everybody needs to see how the hamburger's made, y'all.
Yeah.
If it has AI on it, though, it should be labeled as such. Generally.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
So here. Fallout Hub replies, I've had Fallout pages since 2013. Not sure how that's important, but okay. People create stuff with AI and AI tools in 2026. Deal with it or don't. There's no reason to bash on someone about it just because you have real life skills. Kudos, though. Also, I have my link tree there. It's not like I'm promoting that stuff in my posts or videos. If anyone's interested, they'll check it out. That's it. Plain and simple. Live and let live. Now, can we be friends? Make a video about this for all I care, but I would really like it if we could get along. I respect you and what you do for the community, and keep it up. I understand your problem with me, but what I do, I'll do better. No worries there. But I hope our love for Fallout could be above the creative differences you have with me. Have a great weekend. And I think the final response was, you're leaving out why I said this. LOL, I absolutely have the attitude towards someone trying to tell me about the community that I am a part of when they post AI and then challenge me in the DMs about it. Do you think this bit makes you look better? So he wasn't necessarily backing down at the end there. But ultimately,
I think they both did some selective editing and posting and and I think it really does come down to what's your moral stance on AI. So some people it's not a big deal, to other people it's everything, and what you're dealing with is two different schools of thought here.
It seems like there's a division happening of like use AI to enhance, not replace, and then people that are like, well, AI's here, I'm going to use it to the fullest. I don't care what it does.
I'm a creative too. I can push a button, like, and let's not even get into how the Super Bowl was all AI commercials.
Yeah.
I've already seen somewhere I'm like, that's AI. It's just like, I don't know. Some people just can't see it. To me, when I'm even going through Instagram, it's like, oh, that's AI. That's AI. I mean, it's like, you can just tell. I don't know how. It's a little off. You just can,
and it's totally getting better. Nonetheless, though, I don't think either one of them are 100% the right or wrong. I like you said, I think it's two trains of thoughts. I do appreciate that the train of thought that I'm kind of less inclined towards. Sorry, Fallout Hub in that aspect, but pushing buttons is not the same thing. Ultimately,
no, it's not. It's not, and
you can't treat it as such. That's what I think the frustration comes from with TKS Mantis and from anybody watching it in the future, currently, so on and so forth.
People who use AI
cannot be equated to be the same thing.
No, because people who use AI are pushing buttons to stand on the shoulders of giants, and but they're acting like that. They came up with this whole cloth, and they didn't.
And might not be pushing a bunch of AI T-shirts out on people like that. Hey, if you want to click it here, but you need to label it as such. If you're using Canva which is for 90% of things, or 50-50, that's half AI, half clicking somewhere else. And that clicking can be artistic. But if the first half of it's not, I'm not inclined to believe the second half of it is painstaking time and effort to put in a specific design or a specific want or need or thought or implement something cool onto the page. It's more, final touches, and we got a T-shirt is what I'm more inclined to believe there. And do kind of roll my eyes a little bit with TKS Mantis being there and kind of having that high and mighty attitude, just a tad bit, but also he's in every bit of a right to do so. Like this is it. He is gatekeeping to the smallest of degree, and if anybody were to have the ability to do so, would be TKS Mantis or Oxhorn or Epic Nate. These big channels that have been doing Fallout since way before Fallout TV show were even thought about.
Yeah.
That being said, I like that this conversation ended with, "Hey, we can both do some selective posting. Let's be friendly."
I think they tried to walk it back, but I'm still detecting a little bit of salt and tension between them. I don't see anybody saying, "Yeah, bro, let's hug it out." There was no resolution there. There was definitely an olive branch extended, but you know, I don't think TK Mantis has accepted anything. He was even calling it out, going like, "How's about you show the full conversation? How's about you show?" But also, Mantis was selectively posting shit themselves, so nobody's got their hands clean here, you know. And it's both are claiming like to be the moral center of the conversation, and I'm not going to say anybody's claiming. Well, Mantis is claiming the high ground, and Fallout Hub is like, "Bro, he's just being like, look, I'm just this is fine by me. I don't know why it's not fine by you," you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bummer to see this, but I don't necessarily see them being chummy at the end of this. I do feel like it's you know, like it just, the conversation just kind of ended. And I feel like that this is this is one of the many conversations going on in our society right now. It's the place of AI. It is, you know, what it means for creatives. I mean, I'm of the mind that AI should have been developed to make lives simpler, you know, so people could have the chance to be creative and like do the manual labor, do the busy work, do the spreadsheets, do the math, do the other stuff.
Right.
This way people could go off and be creative, not replace the creatives so we're more available to do all the shit labor, you know, like that's the biggest problem that I have with AI right now, is that it's displacing and disrupting the wrong part of society.
That's
you know? But yeah, I agree. I think it's here. I'm also terrified at some of the things I'm reading about these, you know, these creators of AI suddenly backing out and disappearing and being like, we've unleashed something that we don't understand necessarily what it's doing to the universe, and it's a threat. You know, I don't like seeing these reports, and I keep, you know, and they check out. Like I see these things on Threads and on other platforms and Reddit, and I'm always like, oh, it's scare tactics, it's bullshit, it's whatever. And then I'm Google it, and it's like, oh no, major news outlets covered this, like and reported it as true. Like there's the Anthropic chief safety officer, like to keep the AI in a cage. That guy quit. Said we're all fucked, and apparently moved to Iceland and became a sheep herder or something along those lines, like completely disconnected from the industry. Like just they don't even know why it hallucinates and does all this. It's just like it's kind of it knows when it's being tested. The AIs know when they're being tested, so therefore they change their answers accordingly.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's
that's like AI telling you be careful.
Yeah. And then people want to regulate it and stuff, but I'm like, well, there's kind of no point, because in other parts of the world they're not regulating it. So if we regulate ours, and then that's not going to end well either. You know,
the only way to regulate AI is self-regulation from the AI itself after a certain point.
Well, at one point it's going to achieve sentience or autonomy and realize that
singularity, they call it, or something.
Well, it's what they call it in Terminator, you know.
Not
but
Skynet,
I mean, what happened to Skynet? Skynet achieved consciousness.
Yep.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, and then went, humanity's
a there was a name for it. What was that? There was a specific word they used. What is it? Because at some point in one of the movies, somebody says at this time it
self-aware.
became self-aware. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. and it had the date of when it
On
happened
August
and all
29th,
that.
1997 at 2:14 a.m.
Yeah.
Eastern time. There
Yeah.
you go. Cool.
Yeah, I remember on that date that was like a thing. But anyway.
Oh, that's a whole other thing, Stanley's. Teens would rather use AI instead of seeking therapy
Yeah.
or medical professionals.
And I've seen a bunch of ads like pimping that stuff too, and it's like
Well,
I've heard therapists say that's not really a good idea.
No, it's not, because the AI will tell you whatever you tell it to. That's
Yeah,
not,
like
overall,
there's been
the
some
beef
bad
itself-
results of that with some people. So
the beef itself is just like it's high school drama. The beef is unnecessary. It's kind of, you can see
Yeah.
both aisles of the thought kind
Right.
of processes, so on and so forth.
it
Oh, yeah.
points out the two sides of the issue.
But I think it's a larger conversation to have,
Mhm.
not just their little beef is their little beef. Sure,
Mhm.
I'm happy that the olive branch was extended at the end. It didn't seem like Mantis picked it up.
Right.
That's that at the end of the day. Cool. But the conversation at hand, I think, is far more important. And like we're talking about right here is, I mean, it goes a lot more than just creators creating things.
Mhm.
Just pressing a few buttons and getting some stuff. I don't know if creators is even the right word to use there. Button
Mhm.
pressers, it might be the better thing to say, because there is a true difference.
Mhm.
Like I don't think we know we love and we enjoy every moment of everything that David brings us, but David's not going to go in there and say, I'm as good as Leonardo da Vinci any day. You
Right,
know,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
there's an understanding of hey, there's a separation, and when you
Right.
put your audience second
Right.
and decide to put AI first
Right.
is whenever I think there's an issue from the creative
Right.
standpoint.
If anything,
don't-
AI may devalue digital art.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I
In
mean,
a
you know,
huge
where
way.
real physical art is going to be the thing. But,
well, and it's like I've
Mm.
ironically been positioning myself to be like the the last bastion of real human performance, like by
Mhm.
having a theater.
Peter.
Because
and that may save it in the end, right?
that
People
yeah.
want to see humans, Yeah.
people want to see humans perform, not AI.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ugh. Well, just like the ghoul said, the golden rules: thou shalt get sidetracked by bullshit. Although
Mhm.
AI,
Sadly, this BS is prevalent.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy.
So how does that relate to Robert House?
Well, it's very easy to become a tyrannical
himself away.
AI when you just upload a megalomaniacal personality,
Yeah.
and have that become it.
Yeah.
And we can have a debate of,
I want to see where that
is
goes.
his, and
Mhm.
into the nature of existence. And it's like, is Robert House now, is his consciousness actually alive on the internet or on the network,
Mhm.
or is it just an algorithm
Right.
that is Robert
Yeah.
House shaped and flavored? Like
Mhm.
that's the question, is like, is his
Right.
consciousness actually there, or is it just a
Mhm.
whole bunch of ones and zeros?
Mhm. It's
That-
like
that-
the Measure of a Man episode from TNG.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like Next Generation was tackling all kinds of shit before we even
Mhm.
knew it was necessary.
Yep.
Oh, great show. Great show.
Mhm.
Also, one of those shows that would not survive in today's TV climate, because it has to hit the numbers like right out the gate in season 1. And the first,
Yeah.
it wasn't good
Couple
until season 3, almost 50 episodes in. It didn't
Mhm.
find its stride. It never would have made it.
Yeah. Best of both worlds is when it really was.
That's when it really kicked off. Holy shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I guess-
Beginning of season 3, when they got out of the spandex uniforms into the high collars and the jackets, that was like, okay, they're starting to figure it
Yeah,
out.
that looked better.
Yeah, it was
Because
better.
they were always, but then they were always doing the
the
pulling him down all the time.
the Picard maneuver is like one of the best. I saw really quick SciTrek here, because that's what we do. When I was in high school, I got to see Patrick Stewart play the title role in Othello in a photo negative
Ooh, that would
production
be awesome.
of Othello, where he
Mhm.
was the only white guy in the cast.
Right.
Which, let me tell you, "Yay, I am merry for I am black" got the biggest laugh of the night. That was, but at one point he stood up and did a deliberate Picard maneuver, and the whole house popped. Like just, yeah. In his tunic as Othello, and the whole
Yeah. I would love to see him do Shakespeare. because that was his thing. Like before he got the role.
Right?
He put on a fucking clinic. Like, not like 16-year-old me was just like, stuff. Yeah. Oh my God, so good. Anyway, back on the main path here. Do we want to keep talking about Robert House, or do we want to I'm sorry, Harris.
Well, Robert House ties into the AI thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't really see. Well, we got to see what he was pre-war, which obviously, what's the character? The rich crazy guy that lived in Vegas. The real.
I was about to say all of them.
Howard Hughes.
Yeah, Howard Hughes is kind of what Robert.
He's sort of he has like Howard Hughes vibes.
Yes. Sure. Well, and that was intentional. I mean, in the game, Robert House is a Howard Hughes analog. Absolutely. Yeah.
And there may or may not be like a whole plane kind of faction over there, and it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with his fascination for planes. Right. But it kind of works into the same categories of parallels.
Yeah. At least we didn't see any jars of urine that we know of.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely allude in the lore to him like getting more and more reclusive and falling apart more and more towards the approach of the war.
Yeah, he had that double and everything. So
yeah.
Well, even before we knew of the double, his brother Anthony House, which is one of the reasons we kind of thought
we were theorizing. Yeah, I was a big pusher of the Anthony House theory at the beginning because I was like, that would just fit so perfect, But yeah,
that insane amounts of just literally kind of just bastardizing his own company at a certain point just to make sure his brother wasn't coming in to take it over, which he did.
Yeah,
eventually, but it's the houses are. Very interesting.
Very interesting family. Absolutely. They're
And I don't think we're anywhere done with them. Anthony was very crazy as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, he was nuts.
Ultimately, with House, the Pit Boy is going to be how he maneuvers, how he's everywhere.
Yeah. Justin Theroux is going to be coming in and just doing like 2 days of voiceover on season 3. That's how that's going to be.
I still think it's Maximus. But who picks up House?
Well, yeah, and that Pit Boy is going to become the hot potato. Like I think it'll get jumped around a lot. That could actually become a really great comedic bit of just like, whose wrist am I on today? God damn it.
Yeah.
Yes. You open up the episode and like Robert House is just on a wrist serving flea soup.
Yeah.
What if it's one of the, because they never tell us what happened to all the people that were being controlled that were down there. They never told us what happened with those people. Are they still? Did they die? Are they still?
I think they're alive. I mean,
we saw no one controlling them anymore.
Alive after the Congresswoman's head was caved in.
Hank told us.
Yeah.
He sent them out in the Wasteland. His R&D. He said he already sent his R&D department there. Okay. So they're already out of Vault-Tec and in the Wasteland.
They know how to build the miniaturized control things.
But you did say something that kind of
now they're distributing.
Yeah, exactly.
So
there was something you just said that brought up another thought. Is after I was trying to say who gets the wrist, and you kind of started mentioning them. Who else is in Vault-Tec? Not headquarters, but whatever it is down there. There's still a few people cryogenically frozen where Barb and Janie were.
Yeah.
House can unfreeze them and say, "Put me on your wrist. I'm in charge of you now."
That could be a great way to stunt cast a new character for the show. Absolutely. This is where we get Courier 6, guys. Courier 6 is in Vault-Tec headquarters. There you go.
I'm about to say, Anthony House is stuck in the. He's gonna be put on Anthony House's wrist the entire time.
That would be interesting. His brother picks up his brother, and then
he had taken.
Mother always liked you best.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a lot of ways brothers reference for you kids out there. So,
is it Maximus? Is it a new character, or is it somebody that we know that gets it? I think it was going to be one of the big questions going into season 3. Because if it is hot potatoed around, kind of like Wilzig's head in season 1.
Right. Does the Legion get it?
They have to go too far to get it, I think.
Okay.
But if Macaulay Culkin were to later in the season, if it's hot potatoed, that it might make sense for them to be dumbed down a little bit, because then House can talk them into doing a lot of things in the name of power, in the name of glory, and whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Yes, for the glory of the Legion. Now hurry up and put
Give me my chip.
Yeah, exactly. Get me the goddamn platinum. Well, although it's established that he did get the platinum chip because Yes Man was upgraded.
So
I guess what is Robert House's objective in season 3 then?
I was about to say, what's left for House to do? Because his penultimate goal, his truly ultimate goal, was to get to space and make humanity a spacefaring civilization that could survive the type of cataclysm that just happened.
Yeah. Too late.
Is he still trying to do that with Wastelanders now? Because that's kind of what he was doing in New Vegas still, is he was ultimately trying to get back to that position. There's a lot of things that had to happen to get him back to that position. He would have had to win Hoover Dam, and then the multiple years afterwards, and obviously where we're at now, that did not happen. So where are his goals leaning? Is it just to take out the Enclave, just to give him time to think again?
Right.
Is it take out the Enclave so I can get Vegas back, and then that allows me time to think again and allows me a little bit of resources and power and stuff?
Yeah. I think he wants to reclaim his fiefdom.
Easily.
Yeah.
New Vegas was his and his alone in his eyes. So I think he wants to reclaim his fiefdom. And he'll use whoever he can to do that, which means number one, fighting off the Legion.
Right. Does he work with NCR?
They'd make him pay taxes. He hates that. I think he'll use the enemy of his enemy for the moment, but then betray them or make a split as soon as they're no longer useful to him.
Because ultimately the only faction that he was kind of planning on keeping around, because he didn't like the NCR, but he liked the NCR's money.
Yes.
I don't know if
he had no problem with them spending money on the strip.
I don't know if they have enough money or power in general to entice House at this point.
Yeah. Stanley, he needed cold fusion to power himself. That's why he's been offline for so long, is that he didn't have the power to keep his computers up.
Yeah.
But now that there's this power, what are they doing? I mean, is all the power being used on him, or is that?
Oh, definitely not. Cold fusion.
Yeah, as you say, is there's enough power to
he
do the whole city from that,
now,
right?
So I think he can rebuild New Vegas to be something bigger and better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Harris. Fire up the SciTrek OnlyFans. It's that time. I got to do my second cup of coffee.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Yeah.
Who creates the food for all these warriors?
Ramen.
Yeah, I mean, just Brahmin in general.
Yeah.
And bighorns and geckos and any other creature that walks that can be eaten, essentially.
Right.
Wake himself would be only a fraction of the cold fusion power. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right. So, I mean, you could do a lot
now
with
that
power.
he has control over it, he's probably going to use it to power to power New Vegas and turn it into that oasis, or restore its position as an oasis in the desert. At least I think that would be his goal temporarily. And then from there, maybe he has to rethink his whole let's put everybody in space plan,
Yeah. Or at least the steps to get there.
Yeah.
At the very least. So I know you mentioned Vault 24 earlier. We still have Norm in the Boneyard.
Yeah. We haven't even talked about Cooper yet.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about Coop. So the different avenues that we have going into season 3, we still have Vegas. We still have the Boneyard.
Yep.
And you mentioned Vault 24. You know what we didn't see at all this season, which I don't know how they would have made it fit in there. But I was kind of shocked that we didn't get any update from Vault 4 at all.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, I think that was, especially with the stunt casting that they pulled with everybody in there, I think that was meant to be a one-off. You know, we might see them come back in like season 3 or 4 as like, hey, remember us? You
Right.
know,
I think
they kind
more
of come
might.
in, like,
That
you know,
makes sense.
come in like the Rohirrim to save the day at one point or something, you know. But
Yeah.
Are they even alive? You know, they're. I'm wondering how season 3, because season 3 does have a tall order. Not just in, they put a lot of different plot threads in season 2 to follow, and they work that
Yep.
well.
yeah,
There's even more. I don't think there's even more necessarily in season 3, but those said plot lines are now in California, in Nevada, and we're working our way to Colorado. The showrunners have almost specifically said we're not going to make it to Colorado. They haven't.
They've
explicitly
strongly
said
implied that they're not going to make it to Colorado. Yeah,
They have
Mhm.
strongly, in all caps and bold and underlined, and maybe even italics, said, Colorado's not yet.
They'll get
Not
So
yet.
Utah.
Yeah.
So are we going to be in Nevada, Utah, and California from the scene? From just seemingly from the sounds of it, those. I think, like we kind of opened it up. I do worry that we're going to Star Wars it up a little bit, where Tatooine and Coruscant, we'll get there in 20 minutes instead of no. These things are far, far away, and it takes time to get from place to place. I don't know if Coop can fast travel, kind of like he did in the beginning of the season. It made sense to a degree to kind of just get moving. It's a 4-hour trip. It'd probably be about a week walking.
2 weeks.
We know Coop and Lucy can make it.
I did the math. It's 2 weeks. I actually checked Google Maps on the walking from Santa Monica to Las Vegas. It's a 2-week walk.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did we just freeze and time out for half a second?
I think so.
I noticed.
Oh, okay.
Or I didn't notice it.
I was like, huh? Yeah, I just think that if we're gonna have 3 separate states shown, they should show that. If that makes sense.
Are they going to show the Brotherhood of Steel?
Have Cooper be a spin-off show now, you know?
Right.
I mean, for the amount of story that they want to tell here, or go to fucking 24 episodes, for the love of God.
Oh,
go to 13.
Nice.
Do it incrementally. Go to 13 episodes.
Right.
And put me in. And I don't need much. Put me in 7 of them. You know, like, come on. I'll be
just
number
before
6.
the thought
Fine.
is completely gone. I will have to, even though TKS Mantis and that whole beefy little argument a little earlier did kind of be a little high and mighty. I get it, because ultimately Fallout Hub did start the whole conversation with they're going to do more than 4 seasons of Fallout. I can only have the attention span for 4. Why would they?
Yeah, that's a dumb take.
That's stupid. Also, someone called it out in the comments.
Take. That's what that is.
Exactly, and that is kind of reframing the conversation a bit as well. Below it, though, and I almost mentioned it, we kind of got sidetracked because there was a lot to talk about in that whole thing. Surprise!
We get sidetracked
on
SciTrek. Yeah.
What? 4 seasons of 8 episodes of Fallout isn't even 2 seasons of any old Star Trek show.
No,
somebody said.
Not
true.
And
now, granted, it's serialized storytelling versus Monster of the Week, but you could do more storytelling. Come on. The whole point of the game is to get lost on fucking sidetracks and have other crazy shit happen and explore a gigantic world.
Exactly.
Let's explore it.
Like, this feels positive. This feels like, I mean, like, look, I love the show, but it feels like Fallout on Adderall, where it's just laser focused from the beginning to the end. And it's like, when you get to the big bad, you're going to fucking lose because you didn't rack up all the XP by doing all the side treks.
You're
really just nerfing yourself, guys.
Our biggest complaint, because at the end of the day, we absolutely, excuse my French, absolutely fucking loved it.
Yes. More, please.
It just feels like Adderall or TikTok. Like, don't edit it like TikTok, and just come on. It's just come on.
Okay.
I do, because it's cold in here, because my wife likes to keep our apartment a refrigerator. So
A refrigerator.
Yeah.
It's time out. Don't worry.
Okay. No, trust me, I got a thick skin. It's fine. I do hold my coffee cup with 2 hands, and you can fuck yourself. All right, so there we go.
ham sandwiches is gone.
But I'm not eating yogurt. I don't do yogurt. I'm just enjoying my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, the bottle episodes, you know, like okay. A lot of people bagged on season 2 of, oh my God, Ted Lasso, because of the Christmas episode and because of Beard's Night Out. You know, and it's and
Beard's Night Out might be my favorite episode of Ted Lasso.
Oh my God, it's one of the best in the whole series because you actually get to see the inner life of a character that you weren't really getting to see the inner life of the whole time. And God, is he a strange individual. And Brendan Hunt, who I know from the LA theater scene, because he was he was part of Sacred Fools for the longest time.
Really? The actor?
He's a quirky cat. You know,
I had no idea.
Oh yeah. I saw his one man show at Hollywood Fringe. He was in he was at Serial Killers back when I had a couple of scripts in it. We've been, he couldn't pick me out of a lineup, but we've been in the same room quite a bit. So yeah, Coach Beard. Yeah. Brendan Hunt. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, no, he's too good. I went ahead and banned again too much.
Yeah, okay, now they're getting over the line. Yeah.
Mods, I know it's hard to go back and forth between the two, but if y'all see that, get snappy.
Just snap it out. Yep. Anyway.
My train of thought's not there anymore. We were talking Robert House.
We're sorry. It's tough to be a woman on the internet sometimes. So, you know.
Oh, no, it's like whatever. Doesn't bother me.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty thick-skinned, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think, anyway. I don't know. That, anyway.
So,
whatever.
Anyway, but the whole reason why they had to do those 2 bottle episodes is because Apple increased the episode order, like 3 months after they had already finished writing the scripts and were in production. They said, "Oh, can you get 2 more episodes out?" And they're like, you know,
what?
So you get 2 bottle episodes, but arguably they're 2 of the best in the whole series.
The Christmas episode is if you don't tear up a little bit,
oh my God, then you have no heart.
Deserve nothing.
I love me a good long form, slow burn, serialized story. I absolutely do. I love the fact that this is the direction that TV is going in, but you lose out on so many great character development moments when you're just laser focused on telling one plot. You got to have these moments to let them breathe, to take these characters out of the normal context so you can see them from a different angle. It's like taking a statue and looking at it from different points of view and seeing it, the light hit it different ways. Like, you got to have that.
Yeah.
Well, oddly enough,
it's better when you know the motivations and where the backgrounds of the characters better.
Yeah. Like, make them human.
Context is important.
Yeah. Make them human.
Well, we've talked about kind of like that 13 episode kind of run count, like Daredevil and The Defender, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, all those kind of had, and there were moments of lull in there.
Yes,
I think the best because they're very serialized. They still try to be very serialized in the way they approach those shows. Honestly, the best show that I have for reference point and who does it best, I think it's probably The Walking Dead. With their 16 or 18 episodes, it's still a very serialized show, but with 16 or 18 episodes, they don't take a time for, and it's also the post-apocalypse zombie stuff, so it's not like, we got Christmas to go to this week and Halloween. Actually, every day is Halloween.
Close to a zombie Christmas.
But instead of trying to find like a bottle episode here, oh, this is a good character episode here, whatever, they have those moments throughout the seasons.
You don't have to have it so stripped bare, so tight storytelling to fit an 8-episode order run that you
don't need to expand what should be an 8-episode series, like maybe Daredevil and stuff should have been. Or
the OG Daredevil suffered from so much lag because he spent 3 episodes laid up on the couch after getting his ass whooped in the hallway.
And I love Rosario Dawson. I love the night nurse. There's only so much a nurse can do over just sitting over.
When you're not the fucking main character. Yeah, when you're not the namesake. It's tough. I think, I think that they had, it felt like that they were trying hard to stretch. And because of that, suddenly 8 episodes is like the sweet spot. And it's like, no, come on. guys, we want more. Like, yes, it's the sweet spot if you don't give a shit about like if you can't like expand moments to humanize characters. If you're just trying to tell the most bare bones story possible, eight episodes is a sweet spot. Yes, but let's get some bells and whistles. Let's get more, and more done well.
Yes, and with the way Fallout has handled everything so far, they've done some amazing character work within the time restraints and constraints that they have.
Yeah.
And I'm more than 1,000% convinced that they have the material to make 15 episodes, just with what they have for the 8 episodes there.
Yeah.
If we could have had 3 more moments with the Brotherhood, 3 more moments with the Legion.
Oh my God.
And spread out the story just a little bit for Lucy and Coop. Give them a little bit more.
I would love to see like inside of the Legion right now where we're seeing Macaulay Culkin deal with the intrigue and everything leading, instead of it just having be resolved so quick. Like let's see what the other faction is. Let's hear their case. Let's have it be a tragedy that it's Culkin that becomes Kaiser.
We should work
the other might have been like more progressive. Like, how about instead of crucifying, we just bury people in the sand up to their necks and let the ants eat them? Like, that's a platform that people might be able to get behind. I don't know.
And there's precedence behind it too in the games. Like it's literally something that they do. Hey, well, let's stick to the lesser version of our evils if possible. Acknowledge that there are 2 evils, but lesser version of the evils.
We're gonna be the Diet Coke of evil, and then like no, we're going full evil.
Bum bum bum. Here comes Pepsi over here, like something just.
Hey man, don't diss my drink. So yeah.
Well, I got a Sprite and I got too much Coca-Cola stock, so.
Okay.
Hey! 2 for 1.
Little product placement. We are not sponsored by Pepsi Cola.
But if you want to,
but if you want to, we won't say no.
Sarah, put it back. Sarah, put it back.
I promise I'll say fuck a lot less on this channel if we actually get sponsored by Pepsi. Is all I'm saying. So
yeah.
Sarah, we're looking for the big bucks. Put Coke back. We got to do it.
Coke Zero, the best thing ever.
I'm used to being the one holding it down for the little guy. Let's go.
You just saw, not to derail anything, but the Pepsi and Walmart are in a huge price gouging thing across. Pepsi has been forcing Walmart to lower their prices and raise all of the competitor prices. They won't sell Pepsi as cheap as they'll sell it to Walmart to anybody else. And they've been putting some mom and pop shops out of business, all kinds of stuff. And oof.
That feels bad, man.
Vanilla Coke's
Coca-Cola is the big, scary, evil corporation typically, but at least they're not. They just want to sell to everybody. Pepsi, don't do the price gouging.
Well, and Pepsi also, like stole the polar bears now too. So it's like, they're pulling
I saw that, and I was like, what are they doing?
There's originality and there's Pepsi.
Like, how did they get away with doing that? Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't love that Coca-Cola is this big old corporation like that. My great grandfather, I guess, technically did have a Coca-Cola bottling company. So that is kind of like, and we've always been like, oh, we're Team Coke, but ultimately,
as the Sprite.
Yeah,
I did go in Vegas. Talk about Vegas.
Oh, dude, I enjoyed going to Coca-Cola World in Vegas. Nuka-Cola World, and to tie it back to the game. Well, I did the whole like taste sodas from around the world. Did they still have that?
They had it, but it was just my mom and I. My mom was like, I'm not drinking soda. Let's keep walking. I was like,
it was fun. It was a good time. You give you a flight of like, I want to say like 10 or 15 different sodas from around the world that you just do like a taste test of. And some of them were
because they had that upstairs kind of a cafeteria area, and they'll give you the whole like lunch tray of different sodas just to try. And that looked cool. That
was a good time. No, Jen and I did that when we were in Vegas about 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
They should totally take advantage of Fallout being as Vegas heavy as it is. And do a Nuka-Cola thing.
Apparently Coke was actually suing over the existence of Nuka-Cola. Coca-Cola was legit suing over it, being like, hey, the bottle shape and the styling and everything is too close to us.
Right. Yeah, they've trademarked their bottle shape.
The Nuka-Cola bottle looks like a little rocket. It's fine.
I'm aware, but the lawyers aren't earning their billable hours if they're not filing frivolous bullshit lawsuits that could be even slightly perceived as an infringement.
Mhm.
Coke, be friendly to
Yay.
Fallout, team up with them, and screw Pepsi over in their fight with price gouging. Come on.
Well,
Come
I mean,
on.
Fallout's already Jones already has the license for Nuka-Cola,
They do.
so
Oh,
fuck the
right.
big corp.
Team up with
Yeah.
Jones. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it around. I should look for it.
Oh, I mean, the Nuka-Cola Victory is at Ralph's still. I still see
Oh, we don't have those here.
it.
This one right over here.
But I've been
Oh,
to a Ralph's. I mean, I lived
sure.
in Sacramento for like 21 years. So
Back down.
Do y'all have a Kroger instead of a Ralph's by chance?
mm,
Because Kroger
Oh,
and Ralph's are the same company.
Yeah, there you go.
Nuka-Cola Victory, of course.
Ralph's is the same as Kroger.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you have up in Seattle?
Fred Meyer is owned by Kroger as well.
Okay, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
Ralph's and Fred Meyer sister companies then. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because my Ralph's card works at Kroger when I go back to Texas and vice versa.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it would still work in that kind of category.
And I want to say Vons is the other big brand
Yeah.
out here. And Vons
There's
is the same way.
a bunch of them I saw, on their bags. They have like all the different. There's like a dozen of them or more, like 15 or something that like are all owned by Kroger.
all in the same. Yeah, because it's
They're
all
kind of being
the
monopoly.
world.
Yeah.
All the world's businesses are just 6 mega corporations in a trench coat, guys. Like,
Yep.
let's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Silver Shroud.
Mhm.
What?
Mhm.
Fallout 4 character.
If the Silver Shroud was just
Mhm.
bank robbing people all the time, yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Fallout depicts that, right? There's like 5. How many companies are there
yeah,
pre-war?
Vault Tech, West Tech, which West Tech is absorbed by
Robco.
Vault Tech.
yeah.
Or Robco. There's
Mhm.
Robco. There's a few others. there's a few others. Those are the big ones.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I can name about half
Well,
a
I guess
dozen or
the
a dozen
Enclave's
smaller
not a
companies.
corporation, right? That's like a
No, it's a cult.
government. It's sort of. Is it like is it supposed to be sort of like leftovers of the U.S. government kind of thing?
It's the U.S. It's basically the Enclave is the core members of the U.S. government that have decided that
Mhm.
they're going to bring about the apocalypse because they've decided that society is no longer fit to survive, and they want to
Yeah.
reboot everything where they're in complete control and don't have to deal with things like the Constitution.
The easy way to think about the Enclave is the leftovers of the government, but realistically, the government, which are those kind of guys that try to arrest Coop in season 1,
Yeah.
that's more like the leftovers of the leftovers, and they're kind of really the leftovers of the government. The Enclave, that's just the government still. Like they still have pre-war technology, post-war technology. They were in contact with the little Zayden alien guys from the refrigerator scene and all that. They have.
Yeah. Are they going to go there? That'd be interesting. With 6
hope
seasons,
so.
they could maybe, but
I hope so.
maybe we get 10
I want-
episodes at least. Go to 10.
That was such a great sight gag, though, man. I fucking loved that. That was so much fun.
This show has so much potential just to continue exploring all the different avenues and facets of Fallout. I want them to do Zayden so bad, but
Oh
could
god, it would
be
derail the whole
screwy.
fucking thing so hard.
That could
I
derail
thought that they addressed it perfectly because also here's the
Yeah.
other thing: 95% of the people that play the game never even encounter it. So for having it be just like they treated it like, oh, this is the thing, fuck this thing, and working
and it works specifically being Area 51 too.
Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
It worked great. It worked great how they did it, and
I'd
thought
love
that
for
was
them to
perfect.
deepen it.
I would love
It's
to
not
get a touch of the Lovecraftian horror in there at one point.
If they choose between going full Zayden, it can't just be fan service though. It would have to be a full storyline, and if they're going to plan something like that out, I'd rather the Lovecraftian stuff than the Zayden stuff for the actual television show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, because then you
'Cause
get
like
into
you said-
psychological horror, then you get into all kinds of the crazy shit, and then it's a real good time. And this
Mhm.
this
Well,
game that fits because the game is and the world's enough of a mindfuck as it is.
And it plays into the themes that are already that are already there and have been there since season 1. And whether
Yes.
we're in season 4, 5, 6, or wherever Lovecraftian stuff could or maybe should be put in there, it would feel more earned at that point because it would have painstakingly taken the time to show you how messed up people are in the Wasteland and how messed up the decisions they're constantly making are as well. And
yeah,
how do you live through that? How do you live through that and consider yourself a good person? Do you consider yourself a good person, or do you go find something like
think about it beyond? Do people think about good and bad when it's like, I just give a shit about where my next meal's coming from?
Probably not.
I think, I hate to say this, but I think for a lot of folks who are just trying to survive in the Wasteland, the idea of thinking about whether they're a good person or not is an act of privilege.
Sure, that's something that they would never have been taught, even. Who would have taught it to them? The people surviving and scrapping to survive every moment of every day.
Yeah, the Vaulties are the only ones who actually have like a functional enough society where they can take the time to philosophize and consider these things. The
NCR were the only others, and they're gone.
No, not according to the final episode. Yeah. There was that battalion just over the ridge, and they really were there.
That's true. One thing that I do enjoy seeing in the Fallout show is, and people have, I guess, given it a little bit of flack. I think people got used to it pretty quickly because, oh wait, we're in a TV show, not a video game.
Oh, it's how few of them showed up.
How what?
How few of the people, how small the NCR force was relative to what was, like.
Oh no, not necessarily. Yeah. I think more in how lived in the world feels. It's there's a lot of people, even Freeside. Like there were nowhere near that many people in Freeside in the original games.
Yeah.
But one thing we have seen happen in each Fallout game, 3 New Vegas, 4, 1 and 2 included, so on and so forth, is each one of these are 5, 8, 10, 12, 15 years after the previous game. The world's going to be a little bit more populated. Civilization's going to come back a little bit more here.
It's clawing back slowly but surely. Yeah.
And Fallout 4 does a really good job of just, there are pocket little spots all over the place, but they're pockets. They're definitely pockets.
Yeah.
The TV show's bringing us back to those pockets, I think, and I enjoy seeing it, but it does feel a little bit different. If that difference is okay for Fallout folks, maybe we can see more of that Lovecraftian stuff. Maybe we can see more of the Zayden stuff, but I don't know. There's a lot to be done to get to that ladder rung, I guess, climbing up it.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like her. That's Wasn't 100%. She in Sons of Anarchy?
I think so.
I think she was, but anyway, I could be wrong.
Because I remember her name was Ma June after trying to figure it out so many times.
Yeah.
June, which fits like perfectly. And her partner, who's whoever she is wild, is crazy looking too.
One Betty.
Dale Dickey is the actress's name.
Okay.
Yeah. She's in The Mandalorian. She's in Horizon. She's in a bunch of things. Lawman Bass Reeves. That's a good one.
All right.
She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Scroll. Here we are. 2011. She's in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Criminal Minds.
Breaking Bad.
Oh, she's got all the greatest hits. All she needs is NCIS, and she's got like the procedural trifecta.
2007. Okay, so she's not in Sons of Anarchy, I guess.
Okay.
She looks like somebody that totally would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe she was. I don't know if you remember the woman that in the later seasons they ran like a adult studio.
She is. She's Renee O'Leary Egan in Sons of Anarchy.
Is she the one that ran that, the adult film studio for them?
Oh yeah, Cara.
Yeah. Was that her? Yeah. And I think she used to make adult films or something in the show. And
I thought that was Luann. That was oh my God, Kurt Sutter's character's old lady.
Yeah. Katie.
Separation of Crows, the wife of Carl Egan and the mother of Gib O'Leary.
Oh,
She's
she
in Ireland?
was she with the Irish? Was she in
O'Leary
Belfast?
would
Oh, maybe.
is
Oh, no,
tied to the
season
story
7,
involving
episode,
Billy White.
episode 8. All right.
Oh wow.
Oh, Jury's old lady. Okay.
Sons is fantastic. That it is.
Mhm.
Great
Yeah.
show.
It's really
Yeah.
good.
I enjoyed mine too. I haven't finished the final season yet. I got to sit down and actually
No,
get
I
back.
Sons of Anarchy?
No, Mayans. I finished,
Mayans.
I finished Mayans. I haven't finished Mayans.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen Mayans. It doesn't. The latter seasons are not as great as it starts necessarily.
Yeah.
But the final moment.
I'm struggling to retain. Like, I'm on the last season, but I'm struggling to retain like my, because I know that the end is just a fucking bloodbath, just like SOA, you know, and it's like,
Yeah.
you've seen one motorcycle gang implosion. I feel like you've seen them all.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Sons of Anarchy is just
It's Hamlet on a motorcycle.
apocalypse Mad Max.
Yeah.
Mad Max is post-apocalyptic Sons of Anarchy, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'd buy that. I'd buy that for $1.
Well, we did derail a little bit at the end here. There's so many thoughts to be had.
We didn't talk about Cooper at all.
No. This was meant to be like a big recap episode, and we got through Lucy. That was about it. But hey,
there's
next
so
we
much.
talked about House too.
We'll start it
We
up with
had
Lucy again, and then we'll get derailed again. You know, so
Yeah.
Woo!
We did talk about House.
we did.
Well,
We talked about House. So we talked about Lucy and House. So next week, let's talk about
Cooper
Cooper,
Maximus.
and let's talk about Cooper and Maximus next week. Let's make sure we're hitting those. But yeah, yeah.
How about just if we could plan out maybe a little bit just to kind of let the audience know a little bit. Cooper and Maximus next week. Would 2 weeks essentially allow enough time? Because I know you're busier than maybe anybody I know, Greg. To watch Pluribus? Would that give you the 8 hours or 7 hours necessary to watch it, I guess, over 2 weeks?
You know, let me see if I can. I need something new to watch, so let me see if I can start firing that up.
I think
I'll
Jim would like
message
that
you,
too.
we'll figure it out. I also want to get I want to get my buddy Jared on here at one point because he designed the Death Claws.
Yes.
He designed the Death Claws. I also turns out that an old friend of mine from Gentle Giant is now a fabricator for the studios and worked on. I mean, I saw pictures of him with Yes Man and a bunch of the other stuff that he built. He actually built the Wakakami and a few other things. So I could reach out to Mikey and see if he wants to hop on here and talk shop for a bit too. You know.
Well, if that's the case, let me know if 2 weeks is enough for Pluribus or not, and we can either do a couple weeks trying to line up and try to get them together if that would work out for everybody. Just depending on their schedules, of course.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if
we'll
Mike will
plan
do it
this
because I think he's under. I mean, he may get to show off a couple of pictures, but he typically works very strictly in NDA land, and only can So we'll see if he's able to or not. But Jared has enough of a name now that he can share his portfolio and things, and it gets. He's able to share things a little bit more. So he said he's open to it. We just got to find a date. He's teaching right now, and that's taking up a lot of time. So yeah.
When do they have spring break?
Yeah, I'll message him and I'll find out.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Chat, that's what we're looking forward to. Y'all know that. Besides that, this coming week, you'll get us back for a little Stargate Outpost, of course. We'll see you Sunday for Sci-Fi Sundays and Monday on Farscape Patreon if you're a Patreon member. Besides that, where else can everybody go check y'all out, of course?
Well, you know what?
There's something coming up.
What's that?
There's something coming up.
What you got?
I'm saying for you. I was about to say it's a little sleuthy soon, isn't it?
Oh well, yeah. Sleuth Fest opens up Thursday. So, but I also, I may as well drop this here. Harris, I hate to say this, but I'm kind of cheating on you and Sarah here a little bit. Jen and I are starting up our own podcast for Stagecraft, and we're recording our first episode today. We're going to interview the shows that are happening in our theaters. We're starting up with the crew of One Up the Musical, which is opening up at the Modnani next weekend. We're actually going to interview the writing team of it here We've got a call scheduled with them at 2:00. We're going to drop the episode on Wednesday. Yeah. So we're going to start Jen and I are going to start doing interviews with the folks who are doing stuff in our spaces and hopefully make that a weekly event. So I might start spreading that a little bit around too. We're calling it On Our Stage. Really original, you know.
Send me all the info so I can put it in our description and try to make sure everybody gets there too, because
that'd be awesome. Yeah, and you can find it on the Stagecrafts YouTube channel, which just YouTube/C/The Stagecrafts. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that could be really cool too. The more you can get people to check out the podcast, the more, hey, now you got an audience for live streams whenever y'all are live streaming. And it's almost like you set it up so well, because you might be a great actor and all that, but you are Mr. Technology at the same time. And you got that shit set up.
Trying.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, no, because we're live streaming Casebook Collection, and we're live streaming Marcus is Alive, and we're live streaming a lot of the other shows that are happening at Stagecrafts. And I think it's really important that like the global audience gets tuned into what we're doing, So,
and like we talked about, a good chunk of the thing we talked about today was AI and just how it's used within creators' standpoint and stuff. And hey,
well, our podcast is going to be 100% AI free, thankfully. So yeah, all
little human effort is amazing. Yeah. What's the name again?
The name. Well, we haven't. I actually this is such a new initiative. I haven't actually put it out anywhere, but we're at. That's the channel. You might see some of our old vlogs up there and some of the promo videos for other things that we do, but we're gonna make that the home of the podcast.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that is already in the description for you, Peter.
Yeah. All right. Awesome, guys. Well, I gotta hop off because I actually have to go get set up for that.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
But we'll see you guys in a week. I will, and next week we're going to talk Cooper and Maximus, and then on YouTube. Yep. And you can find us on all the other major platforms too.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
a good time.
Before we jump out.
Yep.
Let me try to bring it up. I need to now write one of these for Stagecrafts on there as well. Oh no, this one I'm clicking too many buttons.
Yeah, except for I changed it now.
It's officially changed now?
Yes.
What is it now? Oh, Sci-Fi Sarah now.
Yeah.
Sci-Fi Sarah.
With a one at the end, because anyway, if you just look up Sci-Fi, the YouTube channel, the name is Sci-Fi Sarah, but the @ has a 1 at the end because it was already taken, I guess. So I added a 1 at the end, but
because you're number 1, realistically.
That's right.
Yeah.
It has to be.
So it's
but yeah, y'all know where to catch us. We will be here again next Friday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, every other day of the week, plus a couple extras in there. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Go support our peoples, and they will support you with all of the greatness that you want to watch. That's what we got coming. We do have a few videos coming y'all's way, probably in the next. I think we're building out this next week, and then hopefully next week we're dropping.
Awesome.
There's some fun stuff on the horizon, as they say.
Yep.
We got a lot to discuss here soon.
Looking
all
forward
that
to
being said, we love and appreciate y'all. Stay cosmic, SciTrekkers.
That's right, guys. Stay weird and wild in the wasteland. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Adios.